We continue the breakdown of YNW Melly's court documents made public, and let's get into it. The single shell casing that was recovered from inside the vehicle on October 26, 2018 by CSI was sent to the BSO lab for comparison analysis. The single shell casing was compared to the shell casing that was recovered from the crime scene on Pembroke Road on November 21, 2018. The same scene initially hidden from investigators. BSO lab concluded the single shell casing was a match to the shell casings recovered from outside the vehicle. This also contradicts the statement made to detectives of this being a drive-by shooting. This evidence also shows that Juvie and Sack Chaser were shot inside the vehicle, and the surviving occupants, Melly and Bortland, exited the vehicle and then intentionally shot into the vehicle from the exterior. In other words, the single shell casing that was recovered inside the Jeep on the left passenger side that was next to YNW Melly is the same kind of casing that matched the 8 shell casings that was discovered in the newly discovered location that detectives were able to find out from the cell phone data. Just to put that into perspective for y'all. The 8 shell casings they recovered from the newly discovered crime scene matched the 1 casing found inside the Jeep next to Melly. So detectives can conclude that the same gun that was used in 2 locations. A search warrant was requested for the Snapchat account of Melly's. The warrant was reviewed and later approved by Judge Orlando. The direct messaging of the Snapchat revealed he was communicating with his girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, on November 9th, 2018. Just 14 days after the homicide. And he stated, "This nigga saved my life. He's coming everywhere with me because if them crackers come grab him, it's my fault. You forgot? I keep Bortland with cuz at the end of the day, he did one of the realest ish in my life." These are interesting statements as they are referencing Melly's loyalty and association with Bortland. They also suggest that Bortland was loyal to him because he's one that drove the bodies to the hospital and dealt with law enforcement. These statements also support the belief by law enforcement that Melly is the shooter, and the evidence leads back to him, and any further cooperation by Bortland would be damaging to Melly. The warrant also reveals there was no communication between Melly and Weathers on October 26, 2018, as previously stated to law enforcement by Weathers. So if you remember, back in one of the videos, when detectives approached Weathers, Weathers said that Melly had sent him a message via Snapchat saying, "Hey, come and pick me up on I-75. And he said that's how Melly ended up in his vehicle. Well, the detectives obtained a search warrant to go through Melly's Snapchat account. They didn't find any such message. So I don't know what to tell you, but that is a lot of lying going on. You know, if there were messages in there to Weathers, then that would further prove Weathers was telling the truth. Just like if there was cell data that supported that Weathers pulled up on the side of I-75 and picked up Melly, but there's no cell data. So let's review this. Bortland goes to the hospital by himself with 2 deceased bodies, Sack Chaser and Juvie. He tells police, "Hey, we got shot over here." Takes the police over to the location. No evidence is found to support his claim that they were shot at. Police get skeptical and interview witness Weathers. "Hey man, where's Melly?" Weathers says, "He was in my car." "Really?" Police go to the music studio and see that Melly actually got in the Jeep with Bortland, which Bortland never told police that Melly got in the vehicle with him. Then the police go back to Weathers. "Hey, we actually know that Melly was in the Jeep. Why did you lie?" "Oh, I didn't lie. We stopped at I-75 and he got in my car. We spoke over Snapchat." So the police pull the cell phone stuff and show that Weathers drove his red Mitsubishi all the way home. Never stopped on I-75. To put the nail in the coffin, they go through Melly's Snapchat messages and see he never spoke with Weathers. So, with that being said, there was a lot of lies that were dispelled. There was a lot of statements made by Portland and by Weathers that has no evidence to support what they were saying. So why would they lie for, is the question. Now, take off being a diehard Melly fan or being a diehard Portland fan and just look at this objectively. Why would they lie? They would not have been lying if there was evidence to support what they were saying. But when the cops went and did a closer look, there was no evidence to support any of what they had said. So that makes it look even more suspicious. You have to understand that. Now, if you can look at it from that perspective, then you're able to be honest with yourself and ask, okay, there's no evidence supporting their claims. There's no evidence supporting what Portland said. There's no evidence supporting what Weathers said, aka Dontavius. So then, with that being said, don't you think that makes them look suspicious? That makes this whole thing look suspicious? I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying Melly's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm saying look at the information. Oh, but we can't find the murder weapon, so they can't. That's not how any of this goes. 2 lives were lost. 2 lives that the parents can never get back. And y'all think this is a joke. Y'all laugh in the comments and y'all put devil faces, and that's all on y'all, man. When something like this happens to you, then you won't be so callous towards somebody else. Like I said, I'm not saying Melly's guilty or I'm not saying he's innocent. But it should raise a flag in your mind as to why would they lie? Why? What's the reason? Are they protecting someone else? If so, why not just bring the person? There's more going on than y'all realize. And I'll leave it at that. Catch you on the next one.